All right, family, welcome to our YouTube channel, a new channel. We are urban forest farmers.
All organic.
Why are we forest farmers? First of all, we live in an urban environment. We still live on the regular street with houses and things like that.
Planes
But
and trains.
planes and trains, so you won't get a chance to hear everything. But behind us is about a mile or two of just deep forest that we can walk in. We are just now getting our garden back together this year, and we're going to show you what we're dealing with, what we're confronted with, some things we want to change, what we want to do different. You want to add anything on?
Let me show y'all the forest now. The
Oh,
forest garden.
okay, the forest, and we're going to talk about what we want to grow, what we want to do with this amazing, huge backyard. I mean, there's just so much space here, and we see these people on television and on YouTube, and they have such amazing gardens, and sometimes it's just like really little small spaces, and so we want to take advantage of this space that we have. We will be talking about the meditation tent just as well. That's part of our farm experience, and so come along with us. We're gonna let's start off by talking about some things that we want to change. Let's take a look at the overall garden. All right.
So the reason why this is an urban forest garden is because we do have a real forest behind us where we can utilize all of the resources back here. We use the actual branches and twigs and everything from the trees. The leaves are super beneficial. We use these leaves for mulch. They are also full of nitrogen once they decompose. So everything in this forest is the way that we are able to garden organically, just the way that God designed. We learned how to utilize the way the forest reproduces and flourishes and fruits. So we use those same principles for our garden.
All right, so let us quickly talk about the fruit and vegetables that we have left over from winter season, right? That's going to be the greens, that's going to be the broccoli, etc. Let's take a look at what we have left over to get started off. All right, so what do we have here?
So right now we are at the very end of our winter garden, and we are growing some organic, what's it again?
Garlic.
Garlic. Thank you, I forgot. And these will be ready to harvest probably by late spring, early summer. I believe garlic takes a while to grow, but they did grow very well in this garden bed over the winter time. And we also have a little beauty right here. She's a cabbage collard, and I'm so excited about her because I finally tasted one the other day. It's absolutely delicious.
Tell us a little bit about this garden bed too, how we found it and put it together and all that.
This garden bed was a great find. We found it at Aldi, I think for about 16 or 17 bucks. Very easy to set up. We used, what's the method that we used where you were able to?
Well, the first thing we did was set up this wooden structure, which came with directions, which was pretty easy to do.
Super easy to put up.
At the base of it, we loaded it up with twigs and stems and wood and leaves that we found right here in the forest.
Yep.
Right? So we didn't have to go out and purchase anything for that. Then we also took dirt that we found, that we dug up from our areas over here where we're planting, and we were able to take that dirt, transplant it in here, mix it with
some fresh organic soil.
Yeah, and some compost. We're going to take you to our compost pile. And some compost, and this is what we had left over. So we were able to build this box. This year we want to build a couple of our own. So here we have left a little bit of dinosaur kale. Right there, right there. Where else do we have dinosaur kale? Okay.
Got some over there.
There's some right there. There's some different pieces right here. Right. And the dinosaur kale is delicious. And we need to harvest some of this stuff because you can look and see that the color is changing in the leaves. It's been out here all winter long. We haven't picked as much as we should have.
We use them in our smoothies.
Oh, yeah, we use them in our smoothies. That's the cool thing about it. And we also have cabbage just as well. What about this one over here?
We've got another head of cabbage. We've got a nice varieties of cabbages here. These are heading beautifully.
And the thing about it, we need to know how to grow our cabbages bigger and faster. We didn't use any fertilizer, so that's going to be one of the things that we're going to do a little differently this season. We didn't really get a chance to come out here once we put all the seeds down. We didn't get a chance to add the fertilizer that we wanted. And also the spacing here. Look how sparse this is, right? We want to definitely start putting more vegetables per square inch and getting more value out of this whole garden.
So this right here is our purple cabbage patch. We've got some cabbage collards back there too. We do eat a lot of these because we do use purple cabbage in our smoothies. If you've never done it before, please add it. It's absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
So this is our purple cabbage. And we also actually have some purple cabbage growing over here just as well. You see the little purple sparse specks. And those didn't grow the way that we wanted to over the wintertime. We're not giving up. We're going to still add fertilizer. We're going to talk about the fertilizer too, as far as making fertilizer. Real quick, let's do that real quick right now, as a matter of fact. Let's talk about our fertilizer. All right, so we're filling up our 5-gallon bucket, and I want this bucket to be full. And then we're going to add water. It's going to break down, and we're going to be able to take the concentrated water from the top, add water to that to kind of make it a little more soluble, and then we can feed it to the plant. But let's take a look at what we have here. So this was, once again, some mashed up things from juicing, actually. So that's a bunch of pulp from juicing. I'm gonna start pushing this stuff down as far as possible. Look at what we just pulled out of the freezer. Pineapple, oranges, dragon fruit peel, more pineapple, onion, right? Avocado peel and seed, right? We could have used that seed to actually maybe grow an avocado plant. We'll talk about that later. And we have here, that looks like something that had some seeds. We don't know, but we know it's some fruits and vegetables. Eggshells. And you see when we cut things like cilantro, if there's some stems left over, we'll throw those in the freezer just as well. You can see from here, lots of cilantro and parsley stems, more pineapple. You see we eat a lot of pineapple. Eggshells. Check this out. Potato skins. That's a good thing. Now, last year we actually planted some potato skins that had the little growings on the little roots.
We grew some volunteer potatoes.
Volunteer potatoes kind of grew, and we pulled them up when they were really, really small, so we didn't get a chance to take advantage of them. But lots of oranges. So the citrus is going to be good because the citrus gives it a fragrant, and it actually keeps insects away. So more dragon fruit, more peels. So we're going to leave it about right there. We're going to take the rest of the fruit and put it into this container over here. So we're going to have 2 containers going simultaneously. All right, cool. So now that we have our bucket full, what we want to do now is come in and take some of the water that we talked about and just start filling this bucket all the way up. Of course, things are frozen in there. That's going to make them thaw out. It'll be out here for the next 7 days or so. And it's going to make a beautiful, free fertilizer for the rest of our garden, so that when we begin to water our fruits and vegetables throughout the springtime, the water that we'll be using is fertilized water, which is going to do what? Automatically help our plants grow. It's going to give it the extra boost of energy that it needs. Plant energy from dead plant material is excellent for harvesting vitamins and nutrition for the rest of your future plant growth. So we're going to save that. We're going to fill this up. In actuality, what we're going to end up doing is, we don't have a top for this one. I'm going to put foil over it for right now, right? All right, cool. Adding that little bit of water in there that is left over, right to the top. We're going to simply take this right here, cover it with foil, and that's going to be our compost. I'm going to do the same thing and repeat inside of this container. This is an old garbage can, right? And we're going to repeat and do the same thing with this one here. And then we'll have 2 containers that we can get strained, good quality, highly concentrated fertilizer that's going to be free for us, that we're going to put into the rest of our garden. All right, cool.
So broccoli is my absolute favorite food in the entire world. You can see that we've already eaten some of our broccoli crowns. We eat the broccoli leaves. They are probably more delicious than collard greens. Probably one of my favorite foods of all time. So So we do try to grow a lot of broccoli because I eat a lot of broccoli.
And we're growing broccoli just as well as growing broccoli here in the garden. We're also growing broccoli in bags right behind us there. Let's take a look at those bags. So here is the broccoli that we grew in bags. And along with this broccoli in this bag is a little bit of
That's a Brussels.
Brussels sprout?
Yes.
That's a Brussels sprout that's left over.
Yes.
That one's kind of blooming there. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of Brussels sprouts there, but we did get a lot of broccoli out of this bag though. Right? We got a lot of broccoli out of that. Some of it we should have harvested a little earlier. We're going to go ahead and harvest this, a lot of it today, and eat it. let us see what else we have here.
This right here is our fresh spinach bag. We've got another Brussels in here. We actually do pinch this spinach off and add it to our smoothies. Spinach is loving the cold.
Growing in bags is something that we're going to talk about a lot. And here are some examples of more vegetables grown in bags. And here's our kale right here. Want to talk about the kale a little bit?
Beautiful kale. This kale is actually so pretty. It looks so tropical. We have been eating off of this kale because this kale goes into our smoothies just as well as these beautiful cabbages. I kind of pick off of everything and just add them to our smoothies.
Now, we pulled out a carrot earlier today. Rashawn came out and pulled out a carrot earlier today, and it was sweet and delicious.
Yep.
Let's see if we can get a carrot.
Let's see if I can get it.
Let's see what happens here.
This will be like the first time we have success.
We haven't been really pulling our carrots out all season.
Look, these are. I think I hit the gold mine with the first one.
Oh, look at these little tiny carrots. They're growing though.
They are.
They're there.
Have to stick those back in there.
Yeah, we're gonna stick those back in.
Yeah.
Right, and let them keep on going and see what happens.
Yeah.
But you can see those are little tiny carrots.
Yeah, they're coming in.
We picked out a gold mine
sweet.
carrot earlier because it was nice and big and pretty. How about finding one with a bigger stem? Is there one?
Let me see.
Let's try one more.
Let's see. All right. Okay. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. Oh, yep.
Wow, there we have it. 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 It's not huge, but it is growing in a bag. It's been growing all winter. The last one that we picked was a little bit bigger than that one and sweet. So we're going to actually let these continue to grow for a while. They're in the bag, and we're going to see what happens. And we will be planting more. Hooray for the carrots.
Yes.
All right.
Alrighty, so over the winter time, this bed did beautifully. This parsley did much better than I expected her to do. This is Italian large leaf parsley. We eat a lot of parsley, and we just recently started drinking parsley tea because we learned about the extraordinary medicinal benefits from parsley tea specifically. We've also got more garlic in here that we will be harvesting late spring, early summer, and one more beautiful cabbage collard that I'm so excited about.
And this is another box we got just as well.
Yep.
It was a kit. We're going to try to build our own this year, so that'll be something very interesting. And here's a little closer up image of the smaller purple cabbages. And we're going to not give up on these right here. We're going to give them a little fertilizer and see what we can make happen. And let's go take a look at those greens back there.
Alrighty, this right here is our green patch. These greens grow year round in this patch, just very beautifully. You can see that we've been eating off of them all winter, and they are still thriving. Actually, we just had some yesterday.
Yeah, they were delicious too. Is this where you got them?
This is where, well, some of them, yep.
So we will come out here and just pick what we need for a meal in the evening, and that is what we will be eating. The rest of the plant continues to grow and bloom while we just pick off a few leaves and make something delicious to eat.
We got a surprise mustard down there too.
Oh, yeah, there it is down there at the end. Awesome.
So this is our rosemary plant, and it survived the winter, and I am pretty sure it is going to thrive in the spring and summer. We do eat a lot of rosemary, so I'm very happy about this beautiful plant.
And this actually thrived through the winter, and we are actually in Atlanta and had snow.
After a snowstorm.
After a snowstorm.
All of this stuff.
Everything. Now, we were able to come out and cover it with a couple of makeshift sheets and blankets and things like that because we weren't very organized. But this was in freezing temperatures, and it's still here. So, believe it or not, right where you see the pitchfork in the ground, right there is a compost pile that we have been working on for the past several months. And what that means is that we just simply take food from out of the refrigerator, right? Put it in the freezer, let it store for a while, and then we'll come out and throw it into this compost pile along with leaves and other debris that we might find around the yard here, the forest material, along with food material. And let's take a close look and see and discover what we've done so far as this compost is concerned. So these are some of this looks like it was banana. This may have been an orange that has not decomposed just yet because it probably was some of the last stuff that we put on top. But let's take a look under the soil and see what we have here. All right. Now we can talk about the compost tea real quick. All right, let's see what we have under here. Looks like we have some pretty good soil that we can work with. We got some worms in there.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And this looks like to be some pretty good soil. We still have a little bit, if you can see, that was egg right there. Some eggshell that's still in there that may not break all the way down. But this entire circle we're going to dig up, and we're going to take the soil that's pretty much at the base. All of this soil down here is all soil that can probably be used.
Black gold.
It's compost, black gold for us. All right, so this is an example of broken down material that has been in the refrigerator, and then it's our extra leftovers from banana peels and orange peels, etc. And we're going to take that and we're going to make a little bit of compost tea out of it and put some of it straight into the garden. So thank you very much for joining us on our very first YouTube video about farming. We know that there are thousands of people doing this material. Stick with us if you're a beginner like we are. Watch us grow as you grow, and let's have a great time farming.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. We're going to quickly talk about what we want to do. It'll take just a couple of seconds, and we're out. See y'all. We want to fill all of these bags here, along with some bags that we have in the front of the house, with plenty of spring garden vegetables and fruits.
So this patch right here, the plan is to turn it into a jungle. The patch that you see further in the back, that is going to be where our fruiting plants are going to reside in the spring and summer. That's going to be like melons and our squash and zucchini, anything that fruits.
This is our fig tree, and it produced so many figs last year. We are going to come and prune this tree back a little bit this year and see if we can get an awesome amount of fruit from it. And as well, we are going to be harvesting the leaves because they are cancer fighting. Fig leaves are cancer fighting. So look forward to a video about that just as well. In addition, we want to have fruit growing all along this fence line here. Fruits and vegetables. So we're just going to be dropping seeds left and right.